Hello everybody, welcome back for another episode here on the SMP. Last episode, we worked on this palm tree bridge that I've been using quite a bit in between episodes to go back and forth between here and the village. And I think it is quite a bit faster than a boat. I haven't timed it though, so I don't really know exactly how fast I'm going, but it is, I feel, quite a bit faster. Now, I've been going back and forth because I have been making a few plans, and in last episode, we got a villager breeder set up, so now we have villagers to play around with. And I think the next step is to make an iron farm and maybe also a trading hall. But iron farm first, probably. So let's go ahead and go over to the village and show you guys where I want to build this. Over here in the village, you can see our villager breeder up there in the sky, and as little kind of patch of villagers down here underground. I think this is actually where we might set up a trading hall in the future, is just kind of in this general area, so those guys can stay there for now. I think the iron farm though is going to be up in the sky somewhere, because iron farms kind of need to be away from any blocks that iron golems can spawn on, like grass, so they need to kind of be up in the sky or like in a big area underground or something like that where you can't really have them spawn anywhere outside of the farm. Luckily, we already have most of the things we need for an iron farm. I got this villager, or not villager, zombie, named Homie Goob that I got stuck in this raft. He'll actually need to be in a minecart, but we can fix that pretty easily. We have a few things over here in these barrels. I think plenty of glass, some wool for the beds and stuff, some building blocks. I think we're pretty much ready. I think we'll just need a bit of scaffolding and some redstone, which we have over in our chest at the other place. So I'll be going back and forth a couple more times, but I think we have almost everything we need for the iron farm. So let's go ahead and get going. Well, we're not done yet. There's still a couple things left to do with the collection system and actually getting all the villagers and stuff in place. But before we get started on any of that, I need ice. You need ice for collection systems, so like the water can flow and like distribute the items in a way that makes sense. So we're gonna need to go on a journey. I think we already have silk touch from our librarian villagers over there, so we have a pickaxe that we can use. We just need to go over and find some somewhere. So let's go on a journey. All right, let's get back to it. has all its blocks in place. We just need to move all the mobs into the farm. There needs to be a zombie up there, and about, I think, 12 villagers is the amount that needs to be up there. We'll be able to move those pretty easily. Moving a zombie, however, is a little bit harder because of the sun. These burn in sunlight, so we're going to need to either put something on its head, or if that doesn't work, try and something else. Alright, I don't think he's going to wear a pumpkin, so we're going to have to build a roof over the top of him the whole way over, and that's going to be a little bit difficult. We'll also need to move him out of this raft into a minecart, which I already have, so that won't be too hard, but we'll have to make sure he doesn't get in the sun at all. So let's go ahead and just get started on this. Alright, with all the villagers in place and that zombie in the middle there, we have everything fully functioning as far as this iron farm is concerned. But there's one last thing I want to add, the signs. I wanted to make a little sign for each of the farms in the industrial area that we got around here. We already have a sign for Logical Geek Boys Villager Breeder, and I figured I should add a sign here for this one too. Nimbom was the original creator of the main bulk of this iron farm. I added on a little storage system thing as well though, so we'll put a sign that says me here. And Impulse SV originally created these item sorters down here, so he gets the credit for that down there. I use these item sorter designs quite often, so it's about time I give a little bit of credit. We have quite a bit of iron in here. We have some poppies that have started flowing in as well. And if we go back up to the top here, I might be able to explain a few of the mechanics of this farm. So how iron farms usually work is you got some villagers that are able to spawn an iron golem because they have access to these beds and everything, and they have enough villagers nearby that they think that there is a village. So at least 3 villagers that have all slept in beds recently. And you have a zombie that goes around and scares them, so the villagers think they need protection. They spawn in an iron golem somewhere. Well, it turns out the only place to spawn in is on these platforms, which slowly push the iron golems into this lava, which kills them, drops the iron, and sends it all down into the storage system. I really like this design. It's pretty simple. It's been around for quite a while now, and it's not broken or anything, so that's always nice as well. So this is actually pretty similar to the design I made last season. I just did even more down here with the storage system, and I probably will do that eventually. on this one too, but since we're so early in the season, I just figured getting the iron farm set up so we can start getting iron is probably the best thing to do. But it is now time to move on to another project now that this is all finished, and I think, well, we do have plenty of villagers to start a trading call, but I don't want to do a trading call right now. I think I want to relax a bit more, do something a little less technical and something a little bit more just practical, I guess, or a little bit more aesthetic, more of a build kind of thing. And I think a road to the main fishing dock area that we got going on to this village and back and everything, um, it will be pretty nice because we won't have to try and avoid obstacles on our way, like different caves and holes and stuff that are along the path that I travel. Just having a little path to follow will be pretty nice. Some dirt covering up some of the holes and things. I think we'll need a couple shovels, but it should help us out a little bit. So I think I'll just grab this iron, and I already have some sticks in my bundle, and I can just go ahead and get started on this. And we're done. We have the road completely made, so I think I'll just ride along it and kind of point out certain details. I just stuck with path blocks because we're pretty early in the season. I don't have gravel to make coarse dirt, so there wasn't really much texturing I could do. We had to do a little bridge over this river here. I think it ended up looking decent enough. I didn't really have much of a plan for this, though, so I kind of just stumbled into making that. I didn't really try to kind of keep the road a certain width this whole length, but I did try and kind of flow with the terrain. I even did a little bit of terraforming in certain spots just to kind of make it feel a bit more natural, like this path actually fits in with the environment a little bit. But it is just pretty much a grass path this whole length. There's not too much to talk about. Over here, we can start seeing the village, so I kind of started caring about the visuals a little less and just did lily pad bridges over these last couple bits of water. And then we're basically here in the village. So there's not really too much distance in between the fishing huts and the village. It's a pretty quick little journey. But here's our iron farm that we finished this episode, and I think we'll probably be ending this episode here. Let's check how much iron we got. Quite a bit. Alright. I've been crafting up the blocks as well, just kind of to keep the storage a little bit more compact. But we will probably put a crafter and like a whole setup for this in some other later episode. But we'll need redstone, and I think we'll set up a trading hall to get redstone next episode, because we're in the episode here. Thank you guys all for watching, and God bless.